Hello, this is going to be a video journal where I describe things that I want to do and things that I have recently done. My cousin has started doing this a little over, I think, 2 weeks ago, maybe 1 week ago, and it seems to be a good way to hold yourself accountable for things that you want to do, and I don't know. I've watched them and they seem pretty cool, so I want to do the same thing. So I guess the first thing I want to do is talk about a couple things that I have goals in mind. I want to do quite a few things. I've started doing a couple of them. One of the big things that I want to do is become a game developer with Godot, the open source game engine. I've always liked video games, and I am a programmer currently. I've been a programmer for a couple years now at the FAA, and I recently discovered Godot because of a couple friends, and I really like it. I jumped into it, and it's a lot of fun. I haven't gone to school for game design or anything like that, but it would be fun to have a couple games that I can say, I made this game, and I could show friends or family the game, and they can download it. Which, technically, I've kind of already gotten to that point where I've made some simple games, I've showed them off, but I want to continue with it. I don't want it to just be a little... It can be a hobby, but I want it to be a hobby that generates cool results at the end. I don't want just some simple demos that never have anything done with them. I have a goal to get an app on the App Store, just the Google Play Store. Apple App Store can wait until I actually start doing it for money, which I don't know how I'll do that, but I want to get a lot better at using Godot, making things in Godot. My friends all have really cool game ideas, and I would like to be a part of making them become a reality. I don't have a ton of ideas myself, and I've always wanted to have like a dream game get made, but to be honest, don't have a lot of ideas. So if I could just learn the engines and make some things with some friends, I would be very happy to do that. So that's one thing. I want to continue learning Spanish. I studied Spanish for a long time, and I still am not that great at it. I can speak, about some simple things. I want to do some videos in Spanish. This is not going to be one of them, especially my first one. But I need to keep practicing it, and I haven't even been practicing it for the last couple months again, and it's something that I would like to continue doing. So yeah, we got Godot, we got Spanish. I want to go traveling. I made a pretty crazy decision to quit my job, and I am going to no longer be employed on February 2nd. And I want to use that time to travel, do some things that I really have been wanting to do for a long time. I've always wanted to go to Mexico City. I'd love to go to Spain. Love to go to any Spanish-speaking country at this point. I would love to go there, stay there for a couple months, and just immerse myself in the language, in the culture, see new things, try new things. I don't know. Just live somewhere else than the northeastern United States. That would be, I think, a good experience for me to have, especially after having worked and gone to college here and everything, and especially during my time working, I feel like I've kind of put a lot of the passions that I have to the side. Not that I've forgotten about them or anything, but I've let them sit for longer than I would have liked. So it would be really cool to actually act on some things that I've always said that I was going to do and still haven't, despite being productive and working. I want to do something that's going to fulfill me some more. So Yeah, Godot, Spanish, traveling. What else? LeetCode. Um, even though I'm a programmer, LeetCode problems still are very challenging to me. I only really started doing LeetCode, I only even learned the site a couple months ago, and I went on and I was like, I should be pretty good at this, and they're challenging problems. And I watched some YouTube videos to figure out how to do a couple of them, and I'm like, wow, this is a whole part of computer science that I'm like, did I blank out of this? I know I did well when I had my college courses for computer science, but I don't know. The LeetCode problems can be pretty challenging to me. So that's just another thing that I would like to start studying and getting better at. Same with IT. I'd love to learn the CompTIA stuff, and I actually watched the whole Udemy course last year, and I only watched it during when I was doing other things at the same time. I was multitasking and doing it. I wasn't really actually watching it, taking notes. I did for a couple videos, but when it came to should I take the test, I did a couple online questions. I'm like, no, I didn't really pay attention because half the time I was doing it during work, half the time I was doing it just I wasn't fully paying attention. I was just tricking myself into thinking that I was doing something productive, watching those videos when really I was just killing time. So I'd love to do that for real. I need to make a schedule for myself when I have a bunch of free time after I no longer am employed, to really just work on things that I want to work on, get a portfolio website up, do stuff that I feel like I should have done before I got a job. I got a job earlier than I thought I would have. I had an internship when I was a junior, my junior year of college. I got an internship, which for some reason I had always thought that it would be so hard to get one, but I applied for a couple and I got one and wound up keeping it until they wanted to hire me right after I graduated, and I straight went into that. Didn't really consider any of my other options because it was like, oh, job, gotta take it, right? Who doesn't want to get a developer job right out of college, right? So I chose that route, and it's been 2 years, and I don't feel fulfilled with everything that I've done so far. Now, I think that it's been a great opportunity, and I'm happy that I've got to work there, but I have to leave now. It's time to do some other things. I can't keep doing that forever and not pursue, traveling and doing some other things that I'd like to. And I also want to get my master's in CS. I like computer science a lot, and I want to keep learning it. And technology is evolving so quickly that it would be nice to not fall behind by just doing web development and things that aren't evolving that quickly. So I want to set up a schedule for myself when I'm no longer employed, so I stick to the things I would like to do, like an actual schedule, almost like a schedule that you would get at college, but I want it to be like, oh, this period of time, game design, this period of time, work on a portfolio website, this period of time, study Spanish, speak it, listen to it, do whatever I need to do, and hopefully, doing that for a little while will make me feel better about, where I am, and hopefully help me develop some skills that I've wanted to continue developing and just felt like I haven't had the time to, but also not even the motivation or the energy. And it's like, these are important things, so I want to continue doing them. Anyways, those are goals that I have, near term. So now I guess I go into what did I do today. Well, I woke up today at 8 o'clock. Well, a little bit earlier, but I say wake up. I really need to get out of bed at 8 o'clock. My work day starts at 8 o'clock. I work mostly remote. It's hybrid, but today I worked remote, and of course I didn't get out of bed until I needed to be online, which has been a really bad habit that I've had for ever since I began working. It's even been a habit when I had classes. Like, pandemic happened last 2 years of college, so already was in that mode by the time I was working. The roll out of bed to my laptop and begin working, and it's a sucky way to start the day. I'm not ready. I'm not showered. I'm like I feel terrible the whole day. At the end of the day, I'm like yucky and gross. I finally shower and I don't eat breakfast. Like most of the days, I don't even eat lunch. I didn't even eat lunch today. I just had I had some cookies. Like that's all I had until dinner. And I haven't been grocery shopping, so I have nothing to eat here except for some snacks that I still haven't gotten through. But that's, I guess, a near-term thing. I need to go grocery shopping, so I have real food to eat. But yeah, had a work day. I wound up getting some stuff done. A lot of times during work, I'll just watch trash YouTube for the lack of a better descriptor there, and just try to kill the 8 hours as quickly as I can. But I was in a lot of meetings today, and I wound up getting some stuff done. But tomorrow's also going to be busy. I'm not super looking forward to it, but maybe I could wake up a little earlier tomorrow and get myself more in the mood for, day is starting. Let's get some stuff done. I told a bunch of friends that I would be going out to the bar tonight. Not that going to the bar is a good thing, but they do a chess thing there, and one of my friends got me into chess recently, in the last 6 months, not that recently. And sometimes they play chess there, and I wanted to go tonight, and I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. Sometimes I find it hard to get out, even though I live in the city now, and I specifically did that so I would force myself to get out of the house, and I still struggle with doing that. So instead, I actually wound up calling some friends. I worked on some Godot projects, and I followed a tutorial today to make a first-person shooter demo type game, and it used it was a multiplayer thing, so I actually got to do a little bit of networking in Godot and host the game on my computer and have them join. We're literally just little capsules running around in basically a 3D mesh, a geometric shape, but you had a little gun and you could point and shoot, and it was cool. It was cool. It's nothing super impressive. I essentially followed a tutorial 1-to-1, but it was a lot of stuff in Godot that I hadn't done yet at all. I haven't touched the 3D space too much, so that was really cool. Then I did a little bit of cleaning. I cleaned my room a little bit. I don't know, my bed's in the background. It looks pretty bad, but before that, there were clothes all over the floor, and I didn't just clean for this video. I cleaned before that, but I did a little more stuff because I was like, oh wow, this camera I got 3 or 4 years ago when one of my college classes, when we did exams, required us to have a camera. We needed to be on the camera to do our exams, and that's all I've used this camera for ever, and it's just been sitting in a box of technology right over there, just cords and tons of stuff. I actually cataloged what's inside of it a couple weeks ago, so I actually know what's inside of that bin, so things don't just get lost. And yeah, that's all I really did today. Just followed a Godot tutorial, did a little bit of cleaning. I did eat dinner. I wound up getting a chicken sandwich and some French fries. At least it's real food, not just nothing. So I should really put in a grocery order tomorrow so that I have real food to eat. Because tomorrow morning I will have nothing. And same for lunch, unless I actually go out, which I should. But I usually don't go out. I usually don't go out during my lunch break. I'm always afraid that someone's going to call me on Teams and need to tell me something so important that I can't really leave the computer. I'm like stuck to it all day, even though I'm like half paying attention and barely putting in any effort. It's like, but I'm still glued to the work laptop. It's weird. It's something that I feel leaving in a couple weeks will. I don't know. I haven't not done this for over 2 years now, and I think it'll be an interesting experience being able to just do whatever I want, kind of like not be glued to the work laptop for more than 40 hours a week. I don't know, because that's all I really do, and that's what I think is productive all day, and then at the end of the day I don't really do much. So yeah, that's all I really have for this. So I will see you in the next video journal update.